What up, YouTube? OG Trap Jordan back with another one. And today I want to talk about the fact that I woke up and the Jordan 4 wet cements were sitting on sneakers. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I predicted this. You can go back a month and you can go back to a video I dropped, and I was talking about how everybody was hyping these up like they were sneaker of the summer or the 4 of the summer, and I said no, they're not. And I'm going to tell you why I think that. The shoe's mid, that's why I think that. And not only that, but personally, I want to get into why Jordan Brand has completely played themselves along with Nike. They've jacked their prices way too high up to the point where it's not affordable for the average consumer or the average kid who's a fan of this product. And they've limited pairs in stores. You know, where I come from, and I'm sure a lot of people could relate to this. I live in a pretty populated area, but for some reason, we're kind of limited on stores. We've dwindled down to like 2 stores. We got a Champs and a Foot Locker, and we used to have several different stores, but now we have those 2 stores, and when you go in there, they don't have anything. It's like Nike just put everything online, and they thought that that was the future, and that's what it was going to be, but the truth is, it's not the pandemic anymore, where people are sitting at home and they just want to order online. People are trying to go to their local stores and get the shoes on the day that they drop, and they're walking in their stores and they don't have them. And we used to fight online because that's all we had and those were our only options. And I mean, they're trying to make it to it where it's still like that, but we're kind of tired of it. It's not the pandemic anymore, and we don't want to sit at home and fight bots over these shoes. It's not even worth it. It's not worth our time. It's not worth our effort. It's insulting to us for us to be sitting here with shoes that are like 200, 225, 250 and be fighting each other. So it's to the point where like even me, like I'm a real sneakerhead. Look behind me. I've got over 100 and plus shoes. I don't even get up for the drops anymore. I don't care. I got up today just to check and see what happened, just to get on here and be like, ha ha, Nike, I told you so. Sounds like a hater move, but the fact is, I knew this was gonna happen and I made a video about it. Jordan Brand, you guys are playing yourselves out with these tactics and you got really greedy. That's what happened. You got really greedy. You saw how much shoes were reselling during the pandemic, and you just put your foot all the way down on the gas and you had no time to brake, and you don't even care. You just keep pushing and keep pushing on that accelerator thinking you're going to win the race, but the fact is you're spinning out of control and you're going to go right off the track. The fact is, when it comes down to it, is that these shoes are way too expensive. They've been oversaturated. There's just way too many of them. They played the brand out and people are tired of it. There are way more kids out here that can't afford those high prices that can. So the problem is, you think that high expensive shoes determine somebody's status and value and how cool they are, but it really doesn't, because there's a lot of kids out here that are like, you know what, we don't need Jordan's expensive ass shoes and stuff like that to determine who we are and make us feel good. We can go look for another product that's just as comfortable, that's more comfortable, that's just as good, and you know what, that's what they've done. That's why New Balances and that's why Asics and all these dad shoes are becoming popular, because they're easy to access and they're affordable and they're actually comfortable. Even though in my opinion they're ugly, it doesn't matter, because a lot of these kids, they start trends and it takes off, and that's what it is. And right now that's what the trend is. What the trend is not is retro Jordans. 4s even got played out because you guys oversaturated it. You thought it was going to be forever. You got greedy and you just pushed and pushed and pushed, and now kids are like, you know what, we ain't even got time for this shit. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go over here and we're going to spend with this other brand and we're going to make it cool, because that's what kids do. They start a trend and everybody falls on it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Me personally, I am an OG sneakerhead and I'll always have a love for the Jordans, and yes, I am one of those people that's glad that right now it's like this, because you can get your shoes if you want them. But the problem is, I don't even want to pay that much for them. And I don't even have a desire for a lot of these shoes, because you did play it out and it did get stupid. And right now, like, yeah, we're gonna come into a time where these all these OGs are coming out, and I can't wait for that, and I'm gonna try to get my hands, and we'll see what happens with that. Maybe things will change towards the end of this year and next year, and maybe people will jump back on. Maybe they won't. What happens when all these OG retros come out and nobody buys them? In my opinion, that's the end of Jordan Brand. If these black toes come out, or these black cement 3s, or next year when the breads come out, the bread ones, and then so on and so on. If these sit, Jordan Brand, it's a wrap. You guys are going to have to drop your prices way down. You're not going to be the number one anymore, and you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to, like you guys keep saying, innovation. Well, you better do something, because other sneaker brands are taking over. And it's because you guys played yourself out. You guys got really greedy. You jacked those prices up, and people said, no, we're not doing it no more. We're not even going to get up. We're not going to go after these shoes. We're going to let them sit. They're going to hit clearance. They're going to hit outlets, and they're going to go on sale, and then we'll get them later on down the road. Maybe we'll double back, but by that time, we don't even care anymore. They become so played out and so far in the rear view because there's so much new stuff coming out. We don't even care anymore. So the fact is that, yeah, I love Jordans. They'll always be number one to me, but that doesn't mean that's going to always be the trend. They're not always going to be number one, because you guys got way too greedy, and you need to drop these prices, and you need to do something more innovative, and you need to stop pushing so much on us, and to the point where we don't even care anymore. And that's just what it is. So basically this whole video is a I told you so to all the YouTubers out there that said this was the 4 of the summer or the shoe of the summer. Not everything that drops is a shoe of the summer. There's all types of stuff coming out, but I will say this, I do think that those, what are they called, the Black Thunders, those are going to be those are still yet to be determined. They could still sell out, but they might not too. They might sit a little bit too, but we'll see. I do think that's a really dope shoe, and people like that Thunder color blocking, and those might do well. They could sell out. I could see that happening, but I could also see them sitting right now because nobody's coming out to pay these high ass prices for these oversaturated shoes that are everywhere you go and everywhere you look. And it's starting to get to the point where they're not everywhere you go and everywhere you look, because people don't want to be wearing the same shoes. They want something new. So Jordan Brand, my favorite brand, always been since I was a kid. You got to get it together. You got to slow down on these prices. You got to slow down on these products. But it is what it is. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm OG Trap Jordan, and I'm signing off on another one, and I'll see you on the next. Peace.